Yes, you read that right. We are starting new shows on this channel. We can't say how many shows, but it's somewhere between 2 and 6.
Yeah,
That's all we can
we
say.
were only watching 2 shows.
Yes.
So
And
feels like we want to like expand a little bit, So,
yeah, and right now we are at a place where our One Piece and Black Clover videos are stable. We've
Yeah.
got a firm grip, so we can
Thanks to you guys.
yeah, so we can
Yeah.
start
Glad you guys watched.
doing more shows now. So we have a list with us, and we'll be going through these, briefly, 15-20 seconds. They'll be all down the timestamp, so you guys can follow along.
Yeah.
And yes, we know that we don't have the best track record with starting new shows, but so that's why these shows will be 1 to 2 course, maybe 3 course, some of them, but that's it, because we want all of these to get over by the end of this year. And yes, if anyone out there is still wondering about JoJo's, we will do that later on, because it was a very long show. We can't afford to have too many long shows on this channel.
We have 2 already.
Yeah.
It was very long. So.
So let's go over the list. I feel like this is a pretty exhaustive list, but of course you guys can give us your own opinions. I want you guys to give your own opinions down in the comments. Tell us which shows you want us to watch, and we will pick we'll pick which ones we like from that list, and I'll put a poll in the next 2 days. Okay, so this will be a pretty important poll, so please vote for it. But yeah, it has to be at most 40 episodes, the whole show. Right, that's the only requirement, and we'll be picking it from the comments. Let's go with the first show, Ancient Magus Pride. We just did the OP ED, and I instantly liked it, so I put it here.
I've actually wanted to watch this show for a long time.
Yes.
Because I'm looking for a show with that, vibe of very dark but fairy tale-esque,
and I like the romance bit. Dark twisted
so
romance.
it's very, it's very magical, atmospheric,
And I think it's 1 or 2 core. Yeah, it's a 2 core show. So that's the first one. Second, Banana Fish. Yes. I said in the opening reactions that it's not the kind of show that would suit me, but I don't know what I was thinking back then. I would actually like this. I would like the show, not the openings necessarily, but I would like a show and to discuss about it. So this was another pick. I've known about all of these shows that we have listed.
Yeah, Banana Fish, from the openings, I feel like it was a very unique show. It was not like a show that I've seen that in that style, so I would be curious to see.
Yeah, it would be a new experience. Next is Bungou Stray Dogs.
Yeah, I've heard of this show.
I have done an opening reaction to this way back when I was the one doing the channel. So I saw the animation was extremely good. It's by Studio Bones. So this is one of those hype shows on our list.
Oh, okay.
So this will be in its own separate category because it probably might just win. But next is a classic which you guys will be surprised neither of us has seen. Cowboy Bebop.
We have not watched Cowboy Bebop.
I tried watching Cowboy Bebop twice, but this was back 4 years ago when I was an idiot, so I didn't like what it was presenting. I might not have understood the kind of show it was. I might have been looking for for the kind of shows like FMAB or Steins Gate, Death Note, those kind of shows.
So because it didn't have an overarching plot.
Yeah, I just couldn't jive with the Western themes.
We've watched
Bacano.
Yeah, we've watched Bacano, and I liked Bacano. So
Yeah, I like Bacano. I feel like Cowboy Bebop is a must-watch. Honestly.
I'm like holding on to Cowboy Bebop. I don't know why. I'm like, I'm
so,
scared that it'll.
So this is one of the shows that I really want to get into. Next up is Dorohedoro. So I did try to start watching this show. I uploaded the first episode also, but then college happened, so we went on a hiatus.
Oh yeah, we did react to it.
No, I showed you the first episode. I reacted to the first episode, and then the next day I was like, bro, you gotta see this.
Okay, I thought we were recording it.
Yeah. So we both have seen the first episode.
Yeah.
And this is another show.
Very interesting.
Yeah, from the first episode was very good.
This is like inspired by Mad Max.
Yeah, something like that aesthetic.
Yeah.
So there'll be a lot to talk about.
Very unique.
Next is Gankutsuou, the Count of Monte Cristo. I saw the first 2 episodes of this, and I really want you to see this. This is one of those underrated shows that a lot of people don't know about.
What's its rating?
You know the Count of Monte Cristo, right? No. Okay. If this wins, I'll let you know. Next is Girls Last Tour. Now this
Oh, we've seen
the first episode. Like
Yeah.
how long ago? 5 years, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting, and I don't know much about the show other than that, and why this got such a high rating, because it's like cute girls in a post-apocalyptic war setting.
Yeah.
So other than that, I don't know much. That's another one.
Yep.
Next is Golden Kamuy.
Okay, so Golden Kamuy, I'd watched season 1 actually a long time ago. This was
Okay.
like 3-4
Yeah, I've
years
done the
ago.
opening reactions for this on the channel also.
Yeah, a friend of mine suggested it.
I really like the openings. That's why I put it here.
Oh, Golden
And
Kamuy.
yeah,
Okay.
they were very, very good. And the
Yeah.
ratings also pretty good.
Yeah, season 1 I feel like it was lacking, but I see season 2 and season 3 are rated very high, and the manga is also rated very high.
Yeah, so
I'm
that's
expecting
another one.
Yeah.
Next is another classic that you have not seen,
I've
right?
not seen
Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gurren Lagann, I have seen a fair bit of it. I've seen 8 to 9 episodes of it. But I remember basically nothing, because again, this was way back.
Yeah, you showed me this.
And again, this is one of those shows that you really need to watch. That at that time, I did not understand what kind of a show this was. Okay, I was trying to
Okay.
put logic and all that in it, when it's more about the emotions and
Okay.
that moment.
Um,
Next is Hellsing Ultimate. This I put just because I saw a clip of Alucard, and it was so badass. And it's a 10 episode show, so it's pretty short.
Yeah, Hellsing. I've heard of this show. That I've heard the soundtrack was very good.
Yeah, it's basically the rule of cool and everything.
Vampires.
So just something like some badass fights, blood, gore, all that
Oh,
kind of
okay,
stuff.
okay, okay.
So that'll be pretty nice.
Katana.
Katanagatari. Again, we've seen the opening reactions for this.
Oh,
It was
those
pretty
yeah.
pretty unique.
Yeah, the Japanese style.
Yeah, again a show that you can't miss. So that's why I put it here. I don't know anything about it.
But it's not related to the Monogatari.
No, it's by the same author.
Oh, I see.
Next is Kill la Kill, basically in the same vein as Gurren Lagann. Again,
Very
I
popular
don't
show.
know anything about the show
Yeah.
other than the clips, and the main character is pretty popular.
Okay. Yeah, but I've
It's
not.
also some kind of hype animation. Yeah, other than that,
Other
I have
than
no
that-
idea. I've seen the openings for this. Yeah.
All I know is it's a very popular show.
Then we have a comedy show, Nichijou. Nichijou is an odd one.
Yeah, Nichijou, I feel like we've seen a few comedy.
Yeah, we have seen a fair bit of comedy shows, but Nichijou,
Yeah, so we've seen Gintama, we've seen Sai.
we have seen a lot of shows. Honestly, I've seen like 7, 8. Yeah, 7, 8 shows. Hinamatsuri and all of
Yeah,
that.
we've seen but the humor of Nichijou
Is pretty unique.
It's very different, yeah.
From the odd clips on YouTube, right? Like there's a deer one or something.
I remember we watched one episode.
Yeah. I wanted
Yeah,
to see it, but I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, but it's also a very popular comedy show, so I'm hoping.
So I wanted to put some comedy show here as well. Next is Noragami. Okay, so Noragami, I've seen 3-4 episodes. This was one of the very early shows that I wanted to put on the channel, like way back when I was the one doing the reactions, but I never got through it.
I've seen the openings. Or did we
The
react to
openings, no, I reacted to the openings. It
Okay.
was my second.
Yeah,
video.
I love the openings. The openings are very good. Yeah.
So this is again one of those hype shows like Bungou Stray Dogs that I wanted to put. Next is Oregairu. Now this I was never going to put, but the amount of people that praised Oregairu when we did the opening reactions, I'm like, okay, fine. I'm probably missing something that I should not
is this
be missing.
the,
Yes, the main protagonist is very interesting.
Okay, the classic.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for this to win
OP, yeah.
in the polls.
Yeah, I was curious about it also when I saw the opening.
Yeah,
was like,
I think this will get some pretty interesting discussions going on. So that's there. And
The
next is
Rakugo.
now I don't know how many people know about Rakugo. You
I'm
have seen.
surprised you put Rakugo actually.
Yeah.
Because, okay, so I explained. Okay.
Yeah, we never.
Okay.
So we did a reaction to the
We did a
openings,
reaction openings and then we
the
lost
video got
the
lost.
fight, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you liked the openings, right? There was a lot of symbolism. Okay, so basically what I explained about okay, I watched Rakugo.
Yeah, and
But,
you didn't understand Rakugo.
No. I understood Rakugo. This isn't the show that I would watch. Usually, I don't like prefer dramas. This is a jose, this is like that kind of
Okay.
genre, very drama heavy. So, but this show, why I watched it was because I just wanted to watch a show that I wouldn't normally watch. Okay, so I was like trying to just, I was really bored. I was like, I'm so tired of watching my kind of shows that I want to watch something different. And it surprised me actually. It's very different So it's a very different experience.
Yeah, I've heard it being talked in the same vein as Sangatsu.
Yeah.
And I really like
that's why-
Sangatsu.
Yeah. So the season 1 was pretty good. You would enjoy season 1, and
Okay.
season 2, in my
We'll
opinion,
see.
was a little.
We'll see, because
Yeah, it
season 2
went
is
down.
rated higher.
Yeah.
But anyway, I feel like this would be hard to win the poll, but
Mhm.
I'll see. Next is Run with the
Yes.
Wind. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Run with the
Haikyuu
Wind.
is one of our favorite shows. It's my favorite sports show. I haven't seen Hajime no Ippo, so
That's my favorite sports anime.
yeah. So
Second to
I
Haikyuu second.
I watched the first episode of Run with the Wind. I remember nothing, but I just felt like it was basic like Haikyuu, but for
Haikyuu.
but for racing, but for running, track and field.
Yeah.
So I
The
really.
characters felt very similar.
Yeah, I really want to get that same energy from Haikyuu. It's a feel-good show.
Yeah, and you saved the first scene as your wallpaper.
Yeah, I put the first scene of the city as my desktop wallpaper for
Yeah.
years.
It looks really good actually. The
Yeah.
animation was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, so I really want this one to win as also. Next is something that I am going to watch.
Waiting.
I am going to watch one day, whether this wins or not.
Yeah. Okay.
Two shows.
Yeah. Two shows. Serial Experiments Lain. So none of us have watched this.
Yeah.
This masterpiece apparently up there.
Yeah, it's one of those shows that I really want to dive deep into.
Yeah, you watched it. I think you watched
First
the
first episode, yeah.
episode, and then you told me that this show is not worth your time.
Really?
Yeah, you okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, I wanted to watch this show, but because you said that, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna waste my time.
I mean, I don't know what mindset I had back. Like a
You
lot of
said it was
shows.
overrated.
A lot of shows back then I couldn't understand. Made in Abyss was one of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so I really want to get into this.
this is also one of the shows I've been holding on to. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't find the time or the mood to
Yeah,
watch
you
it.
really need to be in a certain
Yeah.
mood.
Really weird. if you
Speaking
watch
of love-hate relationships, Shinsekai Yori.
it.
Okay,
Go random.
this show, whether or not this wins a poll, I am going to watch this on this channel in the future. Okay, this is the most, like, this is the show that I want to watch the most out of all the shows, because I watched the first few episodes of the show and I felt like it was tailor-made for me. And then something happened. I watched like 5 episodes of this, okay, and then something happened on the 5th and 6th, and I just never got back to it. And just like Serial Experiments Lain, I just have to find the time and mood to get into it, because I feel like this show is doing things that I've not seen in other shows, and I really want to give it the time and respect, and
What
that
do
can
you-
only happen in the
What
channel.
do you mean it's doing things?
It's a kind of dark fantasy, mystery, magic. Like, I can't explain
I
it.
know.
I can't
That's
explain
the
it.
same thing that I would expect from ancient Magus Pride. Because I'm trying to find that fairy tale, mystery,
Yeah.
magical.
So this is another one that I really want it to win. Next is Shirobako. Now I don't know how many of you guys know Shirobako,
I've
but
seen the first episode.
okay. This is a show about anime,
Yeah, this is a show about anime.
anime production more likely.
We watched
So-
Eizouken.
Yeah, Eizouken is one of our favorite shows.
It's
so-
very personal for me
Yeah.
as well.
Okay, yeah,
because-
probably more for
because
you.
I relate to the protagonist.
Artist.
Yeah, the artist. Not just artist, she's like the Asakusa, right? Yeah. She's yeah.
Okay,
it was
okay.
Asakusa. Yeah, she's
Oh, you're talking
very-
about Eizouken?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's like she likes world building and concept art, right? So I relate to that a lot.
Yeah,
I
but this is a
love
different side of that, a more
Yeah,
realistic
this
side
is-
of
this
anime
is
production.
How anime is made.
Yeah, this is another one of those shows that we want to do on the channel, whether it wins the poll or not in the
Yeah.
future. Okay, let's get through. Okay, 4 more shows. Summertime Render. Now this was requested. This is a seasonal show that's currently airing, and this was requested by a lot of you guys. So I put it. This is an exception. All of the shows are completed, and this one is still ongoing. So
Yeah. So we reacted to the opening, and we thought the opening was one of the most
fantastic.
unique
Yeah.
openings we've seen.
All right, Tanya the Evil. We've seen the openings. I love some insane World Wars lolly for soldiers. I don't know what that opening was, but I want to. This will be a lot of
I
fun.
think
This is a very fun
character-
show.
Is this character popular?
Yeah.
I want to. Okay, I'm interested.
And
in
it's
the
an isekai.
character. Yeah, I'm interested in this character actually.
Okay, Tatami Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Now this is, if it wins, it will be very difficult to react, because I've seen,
It
I think,
will go
the
ahead.
first half of the episode. I think we've both seen the first half or something.
We did not understand.
And it was, the dialogues were going at supersonic speed. So I don't know how we'll do it, but it's again one of those unique shows that you just,
Yeah.
yeah. And last but not least, Violet Evergarden.
Evergarden.
This feels like a pretty solid show.
Yeah, I was reluctant to watch this because, like I said, not my
Yeah,
jam.
but-
the dramas,
But we saw the opening,
we
and
saw the opening.
yeah, there's definitely an emotional
Yes.
story there. But yeah, that's it for these 23, 24 shows. Of course, this is not the final list. You guys will be recommending and we'll be picking those, and
Yeah.
I'll put the polls in
Nominations.
2 days. There'll be 6 or 7 separate polls, and or even 4, 5. Like I said, it depends on you guys how much you guys vote, and other conditions that will decide how many new shows we want to start. And all of these shows will start from the 1st of July or first week of July, hopefully.
Yep.
So look forward to that. That'll be very exciting. I'm very excited to finally start new shows that we can wrap up in a few months' time. Unlike Black Clover and One Piece, which will become like
Yeah, that's a long journey.
yeah, that's a long journey. But yeah, this video got a bit long, but that's all right. I'll put the timestamp so you can check out the specific shows. But that's it. Check out the polls in 2 days and please vote.
See you guys next time.